Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson. It's a Kevin Jackson Show. We also think of this as the Black Sphere University, where I'm chancellor and teach all the classes. And on this program, we talk a lot about leftism, talk a lot about rightism too, because there's a reason why rightism is on the right. It is correct. But I like to talk about leftism because I like to expose you to the things that you may not see each and every day. You may not, you see it, but sometimes you don't recognize it too, right? I mean, that's what happens. We don't always know when it's in our faces, and it's usually in our faces. Leftists don't make any attempts to hide their communist ways, their views, their fascism. They tell you who they are by telling you, they tell us who they are by attempting to tell us who they think we are. You're a fascist, said the fascist. You don't fool me at all. But I get these stories sometimes, and we covered this story I'm about to talk about. We covered it with respect to teachers. And I said, and I wasn't even joking about it, and it got some ladies upset. But I said, at 15 years old, there were, teachers I had a crush on, for example, maybe one. And I'm really trying to remember. I know in college I did. But in Dr. Lamb, very pretty lady, NASA mathematician. And then we had others. I mean, I had one of my teachers' her name was Mrs. Appleton, and she was really pretty. And, all the little boys thought I didn't think she was spectacularly pretty, but she was pretty. And then, of course, I had teachers that weren't quite as attractive. But I will tell you this, you'd be crazy. Most kids have some kind of crush on authority, if you will, right? So anyway, I was when we were talking about this subject, like the Mary J. Letourneaus, and there were probably, and I can remember 3 of them visually right now, 3 teachers who interacted with boys in inappropriate ways and ended up, maybe having sex with these kids or whatever, teenage boys. And I said to myself, where were these teachers when I was growing up? And I wasn't even joking. I remember one of the teachers, he was our sports teacher, coach, and he was having an affair with a girl. She was probably 16 or 17. And I remember watching them argue one time in an alley. And then that was when it finally dawned on me that he really was in a relationship with this young girl. And I had a conversation with her one day, and I said, there's a rumor going around that you and this teacher are having, are together. And I said, but I was at a friend of mine's house and I saw you guys arguing in the alley. And she looked at me and goes, well, why do you think? And I was just remember thinking, wow, she just readily said, yeah, we're having an affair. And she's 16 years old. I will never forget that moment. And this realization that, wow, it is true. Teachers do this. So, and by the way, attractive girl, and the guy, he was probably, I'm going to guess and say 40, and she's 16 years old. This guy could have kids her age. And he's certainly teaching kids. And he should have been thrown under the jail. But quite honestly, when her response was like, well, what do you think we were arguing about? Probably like his wife or something like, I was like, whoa. And then I just went, no harm, no foul. She knows exactly what she's getting into. Now, I'm not condoning it by any means. But here's what I will tell you. The women, this Mary J. Letourneau and this, I remember this one teacher, she was, pardon my French, but she was stripper pretty. She was gorgeous, but in kind of a, sleazy way. But she was pretty. Undoubtedly. I'm talking, rock solid numbers. And same thing. And then there was another one. Again, rock star status girls. And I was just blown away by this. And I'm telling you right now, and I bet you many of my male listeners would say the same thing. At 15 years old, we would have, There's no way you could have accused a teacher that looked like those women of sexually harassing us. Now, I know that may make some people mad, and you maybe even be offended. Because one lady wrote to me, Kevin, my son's 15 and he would be devastated. Well, then fine. But most boys wouldn't. Most of the 15-year-olds I grew up with, if you said that teacher over there was digging on you, you would have been a hero to us. And it would have been crass and everything else. But I'm telling you, we would have been like, what? Tell us, man. Tell us more. Because that's just the way it is. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend, because it maybe makes people feel better about their sensibilities. 15-year-old boys are in the most hormonal charged time of their lives. And you can bet that a babe that looked like any of the ones I just described were hitting on us or gave any indication, shoot, yes, sirree, absolutely, sign me up. Now, that doesn't make it right. It doesn't mean that the teacher should have done it, because we rely on the adults to be adults. But if you think me at 15 years old, one of those teachers had hit on me and said, hey, I'll meet you, I'd be like, let's go. You picking me up or am I walking? Now, get mad at me if you want. Now, if you go, well, Kevin, what would you do with your sons? I'd say the same thing. Look, I can't even, would I be mad at them per se? No, I'd be mad at the teacher. Okay. But here again, I can only get so mad. So the only reason why I'm bringing this up is there was a Michigan mother who did the same thing. They said she lured two boys, I guess they're brothers, to come over, and she was having sex with these boys. And I don't know what her deal was. I don't know whether there's so many things you can speculate on. Her husband said that she was depressed from doing whatever. I don't know all the details of the story. But here's what I can tell you. The mother was hot. And so the mother of one of the kids the boys were 14 and 15. And the mother of the kids was like, it's traumatized our son. He's being asked questions by the boys at school. And let me alleviate her ideas around this. They may be being asked questions at school, but trust me when I tell you, the kids at that school see their sons as like, wow, nice going, guys. That, again, maybe makes some people mad, but that's a fact. Beautiful lady. You have to see her now, because she was on Instagram or taking a picture of herself in a mirror. So I don't know what she really looks like without makeup or whatever. But she was 38 years old. Her picture looks spectacular. And why she would want to enter into a relationship with these youngsters, I don't get. That part I don't understand. I don't know what women are seeing in these young boys. Maybe it's their cougar thing going. I want to feel younger or feel appreciated, or I don't know. But I'll tell you this, I don't blame these boys.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.